Welcome back to another episode of Dadam Reacts. We just got done watching Never Let It Go. You watched that trailer. You knew I was hyped. I am really excited to see Halle Berry go back. Excited to see Halle Berry. But we're gonna go into a totally different direction. So we went from horror. Now we're gonna go to Horizon. Um, which is Kevin Costner doing what Kevin Costner does best, directing a over bloated, probably over budget western. Um, I don't know if he directed it. That's just my guess because I think that's pretty much all he does now is he directs his own content. Um, but I've loved every Kevin Costner movie, no matter what it is. I mean, Waterworld is still to me, Waterworld is still gas. Like, I still think it's awesome. Before its time, it's bad and it's good all at the same time. But let's give Horizon a watch. I don't know anything about it. Um, I did not watch his Western that he did. I think it was on AMC. It might have been on, I don't know. I want to say the last Western I saw him in was maybe Open Range, and Open Range was um but yeah, let's and I got myself into Westerns because I watched the trailer for Hugo if you watched the reacts a while ago. And then I started watching on Prime um Billy the Kid, and I've been enjoying that. So I kind of got myself hooked into the West. Let's give this a watch, see what it's like. And my assumption is it's gonna be he directed it, but we'll see. Ooh, they used actual legitimate burrows.
Ain't from here. Something you want to say? I will tell you this. In these territories, men will come try you. They will take from you until you are wiped clean from this land. I'm just saying that's something you might want to keep in mind.
You think?
He's getting old. Yeah, it's Kevin Costner.
You and I are standing guard on one of the last great open spaces. That looks like a promising place. The place I might be able to see myself. You just have to stand at the river, and you can see what the men and the women up there see. That's what drove us across the ocean to this country in the first place. Hope.
Lieutenant, there's no reason for you to stay here. And here you are.
The men who hunt this land, they're not going to share it with you. What you build, they will burn down.
We just gotta keep going.
Chapter 1.
You be careful. Someone's gonna take that gun and wrap you with it.
What? We talked enough.
I didn't see Giovanni in it. Maybe he's in part 2. I mean, this is an all star cast right here. Like, this is incredible. Everyone in here is a freaking rock star. And what's funny is that Sam didn't make that list. Oh no, he did. He's at the top. Okay. I was gonna say. Oh man. All right. So let's see who directed that. So it's in theaters June 28th. So that comes out this month. And then chapter 2 is August 16th. Wow, they put them out pretty close to each other. I'm curious if that's going to be successful for them to release 2 so quickly. Because I want to say like Kill Bill did the saga, but I still feel like there was like a year in between Kill Bill I don't know if they released each stories by Costner, directed by Costner, screenplay. Okay, so yeah, I mean it falls in line. Um, Costner is going to be a version of America that doesn't exist anymore, and may or may not have ever existed. That's just the hope and dream is that we want it. But you know, true to form, he went on location probably to all these places. I mean, look at those landscapes. Like that's, dude, that's incredible. Like that's such a beautiful shot. That's layered and on layers. He's got the mustache. I wish I could grow. No, I could probably grow it now.
Came from here. Something you want to say? I will tell you.
Yeah, it looks like Utah or Nevada, maybe. Like that's just
Yes.
those are incredible, incredible shots.
In these territories, men will come try.
That looked like maybe New Mexico. I just
You.
look at all the dead. Those might be Mexicans background, Native Americans. Like, oh my god. So I'm curious if he's gonna go kind of a dances with wolves, where it's all about the indigenous people that we stole.
I will take from you until you are wiped clean from
It
this
didn't
land.
see too much of them, but there was that one scene where they were running, but that might have been a
You think? You and I are standing guard on one of the last great open spaces. That
I
look like a
don't know.
promising
Are those the Buffalo Soldiers?
place I might be
Maybe.
able to see myself.
It's so hard to place some of the old uniforms. I mean, Owen Wilson, man, he's getting some really good roles lately, and I'm really happy that he's getting seen that way.
The men and women up there see.
Jenna Malone, the
That's what drove us across the ocean.
building
Let's go to the first
logs.
Hope.
So like you have a couple
For you to stay
Native
here.
Americans back there,
And here you are.
or indigenous people. I don't know what they like to. I've lost track. I mean, no offense to any person. Love Sam, Sierra. Got Sierra Miller as well. See, was he in a uniform right there?
Here you are.
Yeah. See, like I don't know how to place that uniform. Could be a Buffalo Soldier. Could be. I don't. It's not a Texas Ranger because you don't see any stars. I guess because I don't know exactly where this is taking place, it's harder to place exactly where it is. So
The men who hunt this land, they're not gonna share it with you. What you build, they will burn
I
down.
bet Horizon's actually a real place. I could look it up. If I...
You be
The only
careful.
gun I've ever
Someone's
wanted to
gonna take
own,
that gun
right
and
there.
wrap you with it.
Remington.
What?
Or Winchester.
We talked enough.
I love the American flag in the background. Again, I didn't see Giovanni there. I'm excited for it. I mean, I'm always excited for Kevin Costner films because they're different. Kevin Costner films always hit differently. They always have different content. Like sometimes I really like to fall in love with a movie and be like, I love when they're just romantic and the director is in love with the project he's working on. And my eyes are so because I've been sick all week. Like, anyways, um, and that's what I've always loved about Kevin Costner's films. It doesn't matter what film he's working on; he's just in love with filming it. It feels like, and he's a big person for setting up the scene in a very vibrant way, where he just does a ton of over, really builds into the narrative of like isolation through vastness. It's not like they're alone in a cabin. It's they're alone in a cabin in the middle of the wilderness, in the middle of the woods, in the middle of the open plains, and you're gonna have all these establishing shots where it's like a swooping helicopter from above, or it's gonna be like a really long panoramic shot that just goes across the vastness of the land. He does so many really great moments where it builds and builds and it builds into setting up isolation, because there's two ways you can do it. You can make a movie feel claustrophobic, or you can make a movie feel so open that that vastness has that isolating feeling, and he does that very well. um and I've always enjoyed that because it's just a different style of making movies. I'm sure studios don't love it because it probably it probably adds an expense that they don't like, but I mean, we get to enjoy the benefit of that, right? Um, his action is always extremely visceral. It's really hard and hitting. It's impactful. Um, he definitely. I would be curious to know what Kevin Costner's actual like quick draw is. I like he's done so many westerns. I'm sure at this point he probably owns a couple six, whether they're like movie props or like real ones. Um, So I would actually be curious to know, like, if he actually has a really good quick draw, like if he could actually rip it real quick. Um, which would be a fun back and forth maybe to see. Um, I don't know, maybe get like the History Channel or A&E or somebody to do a show where they take all the stars from movies that have been in westerns, and like part of their character is about being a quick draw master, and having them like do simulated quick draws to see which one actually is the best. Because I want to say Leonardo DiCaprio actually learned how to do it really well. So he was like he did all the gun tricks. He did really go. And then like I know in Japan when they love going into that western frame, um their guys learn how to do quick draw. And then like I saw a video on YouTube, and this the fastest quick draw in the world, it's like 0.3 seconds, or like it's so freaking fast. um but that would be a cool thing to know. I mean, he's older now, so I don't know, maybe like that's a diminishing skill as well. But I'd love to be able to see that, like to that would be such a cool thing if someone ever wanted to do. um you heard it here first. Somebody's working on getting that put together or that done. That would be such a great show. I would watch every episode of it. Do a little tournament, right? And make it for charity, where you bring in, I don't know, 16 or 32, and you could really amp it up and make it super like extravagant. You put them in the costumes, have them in the town. Um, I would say like try to avoid making it like a dumb reality show where like two contestants get voted off and then they have to do a quick draw to see if they stay in. That would be stupid. Just make it about the quick draw, right? Um, well, I went off the rails with that. I'm sick. Leave me alone. Um, Kevin Costner is to Western what Robert De Niro is to crime mafia. Yeah, the camera work looks incredibly amazing. Oh, he paid for this and it's a passion project? Okay, incredible. And I love that. I love when you have I mean Francis, that dude's on another level. But I love when you have actors or directors that really become passionate, and I was just talking about that, right? His love and his passion. So I'm super hyped for this. Um, they might bring back good westerns. He says not clogged with CGI. I actually saw a lot of CGI in a couple of the scenes, which I don't care about. But I want to watch this movie. It's a 4-part cinematic epic. Get out of here. Okay, I'm going to look. Doing 4 parts. What? An American. This really gonna be? Here we go. Action. Followed by chapter 2. Dude, there's no way there's 4 of these. A 4-part series that will be released. 2 parts in 2024. The first film is 3. Damn, dude. Homie went out and just filmed 14 hours of movie for us to enjoy. I'm in for it. I'm in for every one of them. That's incredible. What? And honestly, I'm not, I'm so down for something like this because it's so different. Like, what Western has gotten this love and attention or this much story being packed into it? Because now he can slow burn a lot of things. And like I said, I'm a huge Kevin Costner fan. Um, that might be in part because of my mom. She freaking was in love with Kevin Costner forever. Um, but that's awesome. Whew. One. 4 of these bad boys. That is incredible. I love to see a director really go out of his element and be not out of his element, out of his way, tell the story he wants to tell, but more importantly, to have that grand overview and the just desire to build something that huge. Um, it'll set it apart from everything, right? Like if they tried to refilm Gone with the Wind for some reason, I feel like they would turn that into like a trilogy or something. They would expand on it and they would make it even further. Um, I don't know how that'll do for his sales. I don't know if each movie is gonna have that kind of follow through. I hope it does. But again, he's targeting a very small audience of people that go see. But with everything he's done, and maybe if the first one does look phenomenal, it'll follow through to the second, third, and the fourth. It would really suck if like they release the first 2 and then the third and the fourth go straight to video. He's got so much power behind him that I would love to think that he would be able to get all of them made. Um, man, and he could just do so much with it. He could um he could do so much additional things with it. That's what I like. That's what I want to see. Because I think that's what makes something like this be just complete fire. Um, I'm excited now. I'm excited because there's a bunch of really good westerns coming out, and they're usually really dry. And then all of a sudden, like a group of them will come out, and then like the first couple will do really good, and then some studio will go, "Oh, people are into westerns," and then they'll go release some like over bloated, over budget, like cinema, just summer blockbuster thing, and then that one will do bad, and then they'll be like, "Oh wait, no, I remember why we stopped making westerns." Um, that happened a couple years ago where they started doing all these really good, impactful, like gritty westerns, and then the studios got on board and put I'm trying to, was it the Rowdy Bunch or the Hateful Eight? Not the Hateful Eight. I forgot what it's called. It was a remake of an old John Wayne one. But then they put they put Chris in it, and he's doing card tricks, and they put all these other stars. It was good because they got Denzel Washington. Um, but it was like it was so Hollywood that it didn't do as well as I think it could have had somebody else, or like had it been more like low budget or low key. I had to take pills for my throat. And, but let me know in the comments. Are you down for the Western? Um, do you like Kevin Costner? Have you hated his films? Did you love his films? You know, what did you love about him? For me, it's always just the grand scale and his attention to detail, and just he goes for it. No matter what he's doing, he goes for it like 100%. He doesn't half-ass it. Um, but yeah, drop a like, subscribe. We know what you think, but most importantly, catch you in the next.